Hey everybody, Drew here from Pella Cars with this beautiful 2009 Prius. It's only got 95,237 miles on it, and it's fresh up from Maryland, so it's extremely clean underneath, which of course we'll look at. Just want to walk you through the car and show you any imperfections it has. It's got a little bit of a ding right here and a slight scratch underneath. The hood was really stone chipped, so we had that painted. On this side of the car, not much to speak of. There is a scratch right here, and then this appears to be like they went against something that transferred a little white paint on it. So I'll be able to get that off, but that is a scratch. The tires, by the way, are extremely recent. They were probably new within the last 1,500 miles. They're General Altimax RT43s, which are really good tires. My wife and I actually run these on our Honda minivan. Walking throughout the rest of the car, there's a little bit of faded paint on the top of the door here. You can see it a little bit here and on the door handle. On the back, not that it's going to matter, but you can see the paint is faded around the license plate, but not behind it. It's being a Southern car. Speaking of which, while we're back here, as you can see, extremely clean underneath, which is awesome because, again, you know, these cars, they run forever, but they can't do that if they're rusted out. So on this side of the car, nothing to speak of either. Just very clean. Inside it is just about perfect. I mean, I'd wager to say they didn't eat so much as a pretzel in here. There's no smells, only a little bit of discoloration on the seat and in the carpet here. The back, absolutely perfect. This is super common. The seatbelt like rubs right here, so there's a little discoloration there, and that's almost guaranteed not to come out. It never does, but it is from the seatbelt. Headliner's perfect. Again, no odors. There are a few blemishes in the trunk area, which I'll show you. This is severely sun faded in the back here. This mat, which is of course removable, and underneath it's perfect. And there's some scratching on the plastic trim here. Under the hood, we'll look at that as well before we go inside the car, is what you'd expect from, you know, an extremely well-maintained, low-mileage Prius. Very clean under here, all the correct fluids. Oil was changed recently. It does come with a full synthetic oil change. And of course, by the way, the VIN, that's very important, the VIN there, you know, these are original panels. We had the hood painted again because it looked awful. But there wasn't any accidents or anything like that, or else those VIN tags would not be there. Inside the car is extremely clean. Again, this is an unusual package. It's a very base model. In hundreds of Prius, I've never seen one like this. It's a 2009, and it's missing a couple things that most of them had, but it wasn't standard because, you know, here's a base model that doesn't have it. It does not have a backup camera. This is not a smart key. It has to be entered in here. These were somewhat more common in 2004 and 5. Definitely not in 09. Again, having had hundreds, I've never seen one. And there's also not an aux port inside here. There is, of course, the 12-volt lighter or 12-volt outlet where you would put a Bluetooth transmitter to hear your music on the radio, which is what most people do anyways. And very strange, this is the only Prius I've ever seen without pouches on the back of the seats. Not that it matters, but just a very unusual base model that we've never had in stock before. Extremely clean again. All maintenance is up to date on it. It'll come with a full synthetic oil change. Battery's perfect. I'm going to take you guys for a ride. It, you know, having had these with as low as 50,000 miles on them and remembering what they were like when they had 0 miles on them, you know, I can confidently say this is as good as you're going to get. You know, I remember again vividly when these were brand new, and this drives pretty darn close to that. We regularly bring these in with 250,000 miles on them because they're still good and they meet, you know, a certain budget. You know, and they drive great, but this feels like it's new, which is you know, really nice considering a new one costs like $35,000. So we're going 65 miles per hour. I'm gonna take my hand off the wheel. See, the car drives perfectly straight. We're coming into a curve here. We'll go through the curve and then do it again. You know, hand off the wheel. I'm gonna hit the brakes very hard here. And as you see, it brakes perfectly straight, no pulsations, no noises. It's as close to perfect as you're going to get in a 14-year-old car. Probably closer to perfect than you're going to get in a lot of 2-year-old cars because it's a Prius. But anyways, I'm Drew. I hope this video was helpful. If it is and you want to buy the car, you're welcome to do so through the website at www.pellacars.com. But of course, we'd love to meet you in person. You could reach out to us through that website, or you could just call me directly at 585-771-0111 and set an appointment. Come drive this beautiful car, and we can take care of everything in person as well. Okay? Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.